In 1846, a dangerous pirate ship was silently chasing a merchant ship in the middle of the sea. As both ships approached each other, the pirates suddenly attacked. A man ran to sound the alarm, but before he could warn anyone, the pirates shot him. Hearing the bell, Captain Bowden picks up his gun and orders his men to burn the ship's logbook immediately. After this, the pirates split into two groups. Some fought the people on the deck, where many crew members were shot dead or thrown into the sea. Meanwhile, the rest of the pirates went below, where the remaining people were hiding. Captain Bowden was not one to give up easily. He fought with all his strength and killed many pirates. But eventually, two pirates captured him, and a third knocked him unconscious with a blow to the head. When Bowden regains consciousness, he sees that the pirates have taken control of his ship and the remaining crew. Just then, Pirate Captain Connor appears before him and asks, "Where did you get that gold bar with my mark on it?" But Bowden remains silent. The pirates then search the ship and find some notes revealing that the merchant ship came from a place called Cayman Brac. 6 days later on Cayman Brac Island, Ursula was extremely worried about her husband Bowden. He hadn't returned for many days. She kept looking at the sea through her spyglass, hoping to see his ship, but all she saw was empty ocean. On the other side, Bowden's sister Elizabeth was meeting her secret boyfriend, Weston. Weston wanted both of them to run away from the island and start a new life, but Elizabeth couldn't make up her mind yet. Just then, Ursula returns home. As she opens the gate, a small alarm system activates. Bottles tied with ropes begin to shake, alerting Elizabeth that someone has arrived. This noise also wakes up Ursula's disabled son, Isaac. Suddenly, Ursula notices smoke rising from the kitchen. She rushes inside and sees 2 pots on fire. After putting out the fire, she goes to Isaac and helps him put on his leg braces. Isaac innocently asks, "Did you see any ship?" Then he adds another mark on the wall, indicating that 59 days have passed since they last heard any news of his father. After this, Ursula goes to Elizabeth's room. As soon as she enters, Weston quickly hides under the floor. Ursula angrily scolds Elizabeth, saying, "Your carelessness caused a fire in the kitchen, and you're filling Isaac's mind with false hopes." But Elizabeth is tired of this life. She snaps back, "I'm sick of being trapped on this useless island." Ursula then gathers some coconuts and bakes a cake for Isaac's birthday. She tells her son that if Bowden is late for the party, she has already left a gift for him. When Isaac opens the gift, he finds a beautifully crafted knife inside. A flashback reveals that Ursula once used this very knife to save herself and her people from dangerous men. Meanwhile, by the shore, Weston is trying to make a mysterious deal with some shady men. Later, Elizabeth leaves a goodbye letter on Isaac's nightstand and quietly leaves the house. Just then, the bottle alarm outside begins to shake, waking Ursula. She immediately runs to Elizabeth's room, only to find it empty. When she looks out the window, she sees a scary man lurking around the house. Soft whispers are heard outside, and the bottles keep shaking. Realizing the danger, Ursula quickly locks the main door and tells Isaac to put on his leg braces. She then opens a hidden hatch in the floor and pulls out a gun. After that, she hides Isaac. The men outside start banging on the doors and walls, calling Ursula by name. Suddenly, a large hole is made in the ceiling, and 2 men jump inside. Without hesitation, Ursula fires her gun, killing the first man. But then, the second man attacks her from behind and starts beating her brutally. Ursula fights back with all her strength. The man tries to strangle her, but Ursula bites his hand hard, forcing him to step back. She tries to crawl away, but the 2 men chase and beat her until she is almost broken. Finally, they grab her and slam her head against the table. Just then, a man named Scout enters. He asks Ursula about the money. Forced, Ursula tells him to look behind the portrait. Scout searches there, but only finds a small can with some coins. Enraged, he throws the can against the wall and demands to know where the gold is. But Ursula swears that this is all she has. Meanwhile, his men start picking up the fallen coins. Seizing the opportunity, Ursula breaks a lamp and uses the broken piece to strike a man in the face, then tries to run. Unfortunately, the other man catches her again. Furious, she spits in his face and he slams her to the ground. As she falls, Ursula whispers to Isaac, "I'm okay." The men then drag her back. Scout pulls a gold bar from his pocket, marked with a special symbol, and asks Ursula where the rest of the gold is, but she refuses to say anything. Before leaving, Scout orders his men to break her bones. Meanwhile, Connor arrives on the island with his men. As he steps ashore, the local custodian asks who they are. Instead of answering, Connor speaks in riddles to buy time. Meanwhile, his pirates slowly approach the island in their boats. Elsewhere, Elizabeth is searching for Weston when she suddenly sees his body lying on the sand and screams. Just then, Pastor Bradley spots the approaching pirates and immediately orders the harbor master to sound the shell as a warning. Hearing the shell, the islanders rush to hide in the church. Connor asks the custodian where to find Ursula, but he refuses to answer, telling his men to prepare for battle. The next moment, the pirates open fire. The man manning the island's cannon is the first to be killed. Meanwhile, Connor headbutts the custodian, who falls to the ground. Inside the house, Scout's men put a noose around Ursula's neck and hang her from the ceiling, but Ursula cleverly wedges her fingers between the rope and her neck to prevent choking. Just then, Isaac's voice is heard, revealing his hiding place. To save her son, Ursula drops her act and starts speaking in their language. She quickly pulls the rope, causing one man to fall, and then fights the other two single-handedly. She fights so fiercely that even her enemies are stunned. Anything she can get her hands on becomes a weapon. When she gets a chance, she runs to grab her knife, but a man pulls her back with the rope. Just then, Ursula pulls out her knife, cuts the rope, and frees herself. The fight becomes even more dangerous. Ursula blocks a sword with her knife. When one man tries to go after Isaac, Ursula kicks a table toward him and smashes a chair over another's head. She then stands over the hatch, protecting Isaac. As one man approaches, she stabs him repeatedly, but another grabs her and slams her against the wall. Ursula quickly picks up her spyglass and strikes the man in the face, then stabs him several times. Another man charges at her. Ursula stabs him in the leg, then drives the knife into his head. Seeing his brother die, the remaining man attacks her in a rage, grabbing her and throwing her out the window. Falling to the ground, Ursula writhes in pain and tries to crawl away, but the man beats her with the spyglass. She then grabs a large shell and smashes it into his face, knocking him down. Enraged, she beats him repeatedly, screaming, "Where is my husband?" But the man dies without answering. Isaac watches all of this from under the floor. Back at the shore, many locals rush to attack Connor. But Connor is no ordinary man. He is a deadly and experienced warrior. He kills them one by one with his sword and gun. Some people on the pier fire at the pirates, but Connor takes cover behind a hut. When the opportunity arises, he shoots the man manning the cannon. Then, moving stealthily through the huts, he kills many more in hand-to-hand combat. When another man tries to reach the cannon, the pirates on the ship shoot him first. The entire beach has become a terrifying battlefield, filled with gunfire, screams, and smoke. Connor continues his rampage while the custodian somehow reaches the cannon and lights its fuse. But Connor arrives just in time and extinguishes the fuse. Meanwhile, Elizabeth runs for help but sees the pirates landing. Frightened, she hides inside a hut. Suddenly, a man in the darkness fires at the pirates. They return fire and he runs for his life. The custodian angrily tells Connor that the Royal Navy patrols these waters and will soon arrive. But Connor is unmoved. He calmly asks where the distress signal is and threatens to fire the cannon at the church. Forced, the custodian tells him it is at the far end of the island, on a high cliff. Connor then tells the people hiding in the church that as long as they stay inside, they will not be harmed. But the next moment, he turns the cannon and fires at the custodian, killing him instantly. Just then, Scout arrives and tells Connor that they have captured Ursula. Meanwhile, Ursula helps Isaac out of his hiding place. Isaac spots a gold bar on the ground. They quickly gather their belongings, but the bottle alarm shakes again. Ursula grabs her gun and points it at the window, but it is Pastor Bradley. After cleaning herself up, Ursula changes her clothes while Bradley tells her about the battle. He notices a mark on her back, identical to the one on the gold bar. Bradley says, "The pirates are looking for you, and only you can stop them." He then calls her by a different name, Captain. Ursula refuses to fight, but Isaac finds Elizabeth's goodbye letter, revealing that she planned to run away with Weston. This changes Ursula's mind. She retrieves her knife from a dead man, gives it to Isaac, and hands her gun to Bradley. She tells them to wait under the marked tree while she goes to get Elizabeth. Elizabeth runs across an open field, hearing pirates all around. Ursula moves carefully, hiding in the grass and bushes, dodging the pirates' eyes. She reaches Elizabeth from behind, covers her mouth, and pulls her into the tall grass. Elizabeth is scared at first, but hugs her tightly once she recognizes Ursula. Ursula tries to scold her, but when Elizabeth tearfully tells her that Weston is dead, her heart softens. Meanwhile, the pirates reach Ursula's house. They search for gold but only find the bodies of Ursula's victims. Quartermaster Lee sends his men to search the area. Connor carefully examines the toys, ropes, and marks on the ground, realizing that Ursula has a disabled son. In the forest, Isaac's wheelchair gets stuck in a small bog, forcing him to walk. Luckily, the marked tree is not far. When they hear a noise, Bradley pulls out his gun, but it is Elizabeth and Ursula. Finally, the four are reunited. When the pirates arrive, they find only Isaac's empty wheelchair. Miles away, Ursula retrieves a small boat hidden under a tree. She helps Elizabeth and Isaac cross the river, then goes back for Bradley. But before he can cross, the pirates appear. Bradley decides to stay behind and distract them. Ursula reluctantly moves on with her family. The pirates surround Bradley and Connor recognizes him as Blackheart Bradley. Bradley spits in Connor's face and refuses to talk. Connor shoots him without hesitation. Then the pirates spot Ursula in the tree and open fire. A bullet grazes her, causing her to fall. Just as a pirate is about to kill her, Bradley uses his last strength to shoot him, but Connor finishes Bradley off with another shot. Ursula escapes. As the pirates cross the river, a giant alligator attacks them, killing several. Elizabeth and Isaac hide under a tree as the pirates approach. Ursula purposely steps on a branch to lure them away. She then attacks a man, takes his gun, and disappears into the forest. Two pirates find her, and she fights them with both gun and blade. When a third pirate reaches Elizabeth and Isaac, Ursula kills two of them and rushes to save the third. Isaac bravely comes out with his knife, but Ursula handles it. Back at the river, Connor shoots the alligator, which retreats. He then shouts, "Bloody Mary," and threatens to reveal her secret if she doesn't cooperate. In response, Ursula cuts off a dead pirate's head and throws it across the river. Connor smiles and offers a deal. Bowden is alive, imprisoned on a ship. If Ursula gives him her gold, he will release Bowden. He says, "I will wait at your house until sunset." After a long silence, Ursula agrees. She leads her family to a hidden cave. Pulling some ropes, a secret hideout is revealed. Elizabeth demands answers. Ursula tells her past. Connor was a colonizer working for the East India Trading Company. When Ursula was a child, Connor attacked the ship she was on with her family, killed her parents, and kidnapped her. He tattooed her as a mark of ownership. On pirate ships, women were treated horribly, so she became a pirate herself to survive. She became so fierce that people called her Bloody Mary. Bowden knew her past and gave her a chance at a new life. Ursula then opens a chest filled with gold she had stolen from Connor. She arms herself, ready to fight. At the house, the pirates drag Bowden inside. Lee asks Connor if this is really just about gold, or if he wants revenge. Connor coldly replies, "Ursula's death will be my freedom." In the cave, Isaac accidentally picks up a grenade, angering Ursula. She sends Elizabeth and Isaac outside, then arms herself with her old armor and weapons. Before leaving, she tells them to prepare the boat and escape if anything goes wrong. After she leaves, Elizabeth finds an old bounty poster of Ursula, realizing how dangerous her past was. At sunset, the pirates torture Bowden, but Connor stops them. He taunts Bowden, claiming that he and Ursula were not just partners but also lovers. Bowden doesn't believe him. Meanwhile, Ursula emerges from a well behind the house. She sets a grenade trap, kills a guard silently, and hangs another from the ceiling. She crawls into the house, kills another pirate, and spills boiling water to create smoke. In the chaos, she reaches Bowden in the bedroom. Bowden admits he stole gold to pay for Isaac's treatment. He asks if Connor was telling the truth. Ursula admits it, but says she did what she had to do to survive. She hides a knife in Bowden's clothes, kisses him, and escapes through the window. Outside, the pirates surround her, but she throws a grenade, killing one. Connor comes out and agrees to the exchange. Ursula brings the gold chest from the well. As Bowden is freed, Connor taunts her again, but Bowden attacks him. Chaos erupts. Lee cuts the rope of Ursula's trap and a fierce fight begins. Ursula overpowers Lee but sees Connor about to kill Bowden. She surrenders, but Lee shoots her leg. Connor stabs Bowden, who dies in Ursula's arms. Enraged, Ursula fights back, but Connor disarms her. He says the gold is for his crew, but he came for her bounty. Ursula grabs a torch and lights the rope tied to the chest. Connor retreats as she jumps into the well, and a bomb destroys it. But Ursula escapes through a secret passage. In the cave, Elizabeth reads Bowden's logbook, learning that Ursula was not her real name. Ursula returns, wounded, and collapses. At the house, the pirates blame Connor for their losses. A pirate mutinies, but Connor kills him. He then shows an official decree offering freedom and wealth to anyone who captures Ursula. The pirates agree to follow him again, and they burn the house. Scout finds a secret passage in the well. In the cave, Ursula drinks rum to endure the pain while Elizabeth treats her wounds. She tells them of Bowden's death, then seals her wounds with hot wax. Elizabeth asks if the terrible things in the logbook are true. Ursula admits she was a bad person, but Elizabeth says she has changed. Together, they set traps. Ursula hides her family in the boat room. The pirates enter the cave. They find a hatch, but opening it triggers a gun trap. Ursula ambushes them and a gunfight erupts. Elizabeth sets off explosives to block the door. Ursula kills many pirates with her hidden weapons. She shoots a lamp, setting a pirate on fire. Connor fires several shots, forcing her to hide. Elizabeth checks the door, but Scout grabs her throat through a hole. She sees Weston's necklace around his neck. Isaac stabs Scout's arm, and Scout releases her. Elizabeth tells Isaac to run, but Scout blocks her path. He sees her matching necklace and realizes Weston loved Elizabeth. She pulls a rope, activating a crossbow trap that impales Scout. Elizabeth takes the necklace and escapes. In the tunnels, Ursula hunts the remaining pirates in the dark, killing them one by one. Connor accidentally shoots his own man. Eventually, only Connor is left. He challenges Ursula to a final duel outside. Meanwhile, Elizabeth and Isaac prepare the boat, but Connor has lit the signal fire to alert the Navy. Ursula comes out, and the final fight begins. They clash with blades. Ursula stabs Connor in the chest, but he headbutts her and stabs her leg. He knocks her down, demanding her surrender. She refuses. She throws sand in his eyes, and he accidentally stabs his blade into fire. He throws burning logs at her, but she uses them as weapons. He overpowers her again and asks if she will surrender. She defiantly says, "Kill me if you dare." Just as he is about to finish her, Elizabeth shoots him. Connor turns, and Ursula stabs him through the chest, killing him for good. Ursula whispers her real name, Mayam. On the boat, Isaac finds hidden gold bars. In the distance, the Navy ships appear, and the people hiding in the church finally come out. So friends, I hope you liked this video. If you liked the video, then like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Till then, bye.